we were able to succeed because of great support back home from our families, from our adopted unit sponsors. Yeah, they've been there through it, and deployment for 15 months doesn't just affect us here, it affects them back there, and through good communication, support, they've been through a tough time as well, and been invaluable in support, and allowed us to focus on the mission at hand because of the great support we've gotten from them along the way.
And I agree that is probably one of the most key parts to the deployment itself. It allows the leader, the soldier, to stay focused, knowing that they have that moral support from supporters back stateside, whether it's families, friends, different organizations. And you know, this is my 4th deployment, and I've never seen support at this level that this unit has received as a whole. It's just been amazing. And without that support, there's no telling what we could have achieved, what we could not have achieved without that support.
You know, when I look at our soldiers, I see, you know, soldiers that are on tip of despair. They're out there every day, going out on mission, putting their life on the line. And there's nothing harder than the job that the soldiers have in this battalion, 11 Bravo, going out there on patrol, putting his life at risk every day, uncertain enemy situation. And I've got a much harder, I've got much more, or it's much harder than it was when I was a young lieutenant out on patrol. These platoon leaders, we ask a tremendous amount of them. We ask a tremendous amount of our squad leaders, our platoon sergeants, and all members of the squad. And they've been quiet professionals doing their duty and shown tremendous courage throughout the rotation here. And you know, I could easily sum it up that they've done exactly what our battalion motto is. You know, they have let their deeds speak louder than their words.
Watching the soldiers throughout the deployment, their interactions with one another, they never cease to amaze me on what they were able to accomplish. And a lot of times it was achieving a lot with very little to work with. Not necessarily supplies or equipment or intel or something of that nature. Sometimes time may be a constraint or whatnot, but to sit back and watch the men and women of this unit accomplish so much in a short amount of time with efficiency and productivity never cease to amaze me. But the thing that really sticks out the most and that I want to thank them about is giving me the opportunity to really see them in the day-to-day activities, not just mission set, but seeing soldiers intermingle amongst themselves. I may seem somewhat of a hard type guy from time to time, but a lot of people don't realize I love compassion. And seeing compassion in the soldier, being able to interact with one another. Because now you have the soldiers that prior to the deployment were introverts. You know, maybe they was concerned with just themselves, the loner, their own ideas or concepts. Now you have individuals that have formed these bonds, these relationships, not just from a tactical sense within the squad, but within the company, within different units. They have found themselves, learned to know themselves better as human beings and as individuals. And that's the beauty of it all. You know, war itself is not all ugly, but years from now, these soldiers will be able to sit back and when I'm old, whatever the case may be, whether it's next week, next month, next year, I'll always be able to sit back. And when I think about the time that we spent here in Iraq, yes, I would think about the difference that these soldiers made, their deeds in helping Iraqi people. But at the same time, I would see those visions of the soldiers hand in hand, gritting it out, building a patrol base, sitting around with one another, dirty and grimy, eating chow, thinking about the home front, sharing stories of friendship. And that's what I will always remember about these soldiers. And I thank them not for just the mission, but sharing their thoughts and compassion with me.
And I'd also just like to say, to dovetail off that, is, you know, we're very proud, Sergeant Major and I, of what this battalion has accomplished. And really, the accomplishments are because of the accomplishments of platoons and companies. And that's really, this is a platoon leader, a platoon war, a company commander war. And nothing that we did a battalion really could have defined success or failure. And that was determined because of the successes of those platoons and companies that are out there every day. And they've done a tremendous amount of work, and we can be proud of leading such a great career of soldiers, American citizens.
That's why I salute them.
All or getting a little corny there something.